So I was watching this thing on TikTok one time, and it was talking about how the pyramids,
First
like
things
of
first,
Egypt,
you're going to help me collect some
like
scrap.
couldn't have been built
Plutt's getting more and more
without
selective about what he'll
help.
trade with.
And by help, I meaning like
Well, it's either that or I don't eat
people
this
besides humans,
I
because
won't be
back
much
then
use
there
to you
wasn't
then.
like the technology to like have cranes and like forklifts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the pyramids, there's like massive granite beams that weigh like
Like
70 tons each.
I think I saw this TikTok too, actually, that what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's insane. Bro, it's definitely aliens that did it, like without a doubt.
Yeah. And it's just so like Stonehenge too, how like they're just sitting on top of each other over there.
Mm-hmm.
Easter Island.
All those
I don't
crazy
know.
things.
Yeah.
I believe aliens helped with it. What, like Landon, Keegan, Max, what do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, there's no way they couldn't have honestly.
Aliens.
No.
It's aliens.
Maybe
What?
if I
Come
stay
on,
here,
Keegan.
get to that
Aliens,
Bro.
bro.
You're trying to be
Literally,
different, bro.
There's nothing to prove aliens are real. Like, literally nothing.
Well, I mean,
Because there's been sightings of UFOs, but, like, that doesn't mean there's aliens.
you could say that,
I-
but like, Keegan, think about this. Are you religious?
No.
You aren't you Catholic?
But, yeah, but I don't do anything.
Yeah, but do you believe there's a God?
Yeah.
Well, there's no proof of God being real besides like the Bible.
It's close. Maybe if I built something,
Yeah.
I could reach it.
And the Bible's just what, based off Jesus. So
Pretty much. And it's it's not even only like things like Stonehenge and all that, like what Landon mentioned. Like there's like, do you remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple years ago when the like Pentagon released their sightings of UFOs, and there was like 140, I believe there was 144 of them. And this is according to Alan Uhas, who works for New York Times. There's 144 of them, and they couldn't identify 143 of them. So there's one that they could identify, which was just a deflating like air balloon, but they couldn't figure out the rest of them. And they actually have, you can watch some of the videos, and they're really interesting because they really don't look like anything like that's man-made.
Okay, but UFOs don't mean aliens.
It doesn't.
helps at the point though.
It doesn't necessarily mean aliens, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not aliens. It's an unidentified flying object, you know?
like Keegan,
Feels like I might have the tools
think about
to
it this
give
way.
myself some help.
How big is the universe?
I don't know.
Well, it's
It's
pretty big.
It's pretty big, it's all I
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
And then put it into an analogy for them.
Alright, so let's say that I'm the universe, right? Because I'm a pretty big feller, right? Let's say I'm the universe, right? You take a grain of sand compared to me, that's Earth. One tiny grain of sand.
Not even.
Probably even smaller than that.
Here, Keegan. Landon didn't do it. Landon did it stupidly. Think about this, Landon. Or Keegan. Why do I keep... Okay, well, think about this. So, there's more stars in the universe than there is grains of sand on Earth. And, like, think of the deserts in Africa. Like, stars, and those stars have planets
I know the
rotating around
universe is
them.
big. I understood that part. But that's the whole point of this.
Well, that's like... That, like, think about that, King. That means there's got to be
Yes.
something out there that there's, like, got to be life on one of those planets or something.
Right? Okay, so there's a planet out there. I don't know the name of it. It's some
It's a, I
some
think,
word followed by a bunch of numbers, right?
Mhm.
It's made entirely out of diamonds. Right? Diamonds. The pressure, like you have to have carbon and pressure to make diamonds. So, if that is possible, think about what other planets are possible out there that can like do the same thing, like have those specific conditions to do that specific thing. Okay, think about this.
Let's head to Nima
At the
Outpost.
bottom of the ocean, near like volcanic air vents, you have tiny little krill and bacteria and stuff that live down there, right? The pressure is immense because of the water, and the temperature is really hot because of the air vents of the volcanics, right? Think about those tiny little things could be living everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they just
Yeah.
evolve into more things. And there's so many planets out there that could potentially support life. So like scientists at like NASA, like they find planets and like they name them and they call them exoplanets, right? And according to space.com, right, one of Saturn's moons can potentially support life.
And it's not even that, like, even, you know, NASA, like,
That's in our
literally
own solar system.
on
by the way,
there-
Keaton, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I knew that.
NASA, like, they even, you know, they put it out there that they discovered water at the poles of Mars, which water is, like, an essential for life, right? Or at least it is on Earth. I mean, you know, maybe it's not on other planets, but think about that.
Well, according to the conversation, this guy named Martin Van Kranendonk, he says if we use like empirical data, like there's no evidence that aliens are real or they exist. So, and he's like an expert on like space and stuff. So his opinion is that aliens don't exist just because there's no data to prove that they exist.
Well, if you look at someone like, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think, right, Landon? Yeah. Right? Look at him, like, he knows there's no proof of aliens, but he still believes that there's a huge chance that they're out there, right? And he is, like, you look at any of his podcasts, any of his interviews, anything like that, it's all science. That's who he is. Like, that's his personality, right? That's
He's
how
a
he
little
lives.
astrophysicist at NYU.
So like he's big stuff. And like here, Keegan, think about we're gonna go back to the pyramids. Like according to PBS.org, you know, public broadcasting service, the pyramids are made out of 2.3 million blocks, and each of them weighs around like 2.5 tons. Keegan.
How many
Keith,
people
how
many people worked on the pyramids?
100,000
gonna
To
get
work
them
on the
up there?
pyramids?
100,000 people, and it took 20 years. But think like Keegan. I don't know if you understand how big the pyramids are, because you might have not seen them in person, and I haven't. But I looked at a demonstration of them next to other buildings, and they're massive. Like, these pyramids are huge, much bigger than you think.
And there's
And, like,
3 of them.
And 2 million blocks, each like 2.5 tons. That's like, Keegan, that's more than your pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another thing going on about like the exoplanets and stuff, Keegan. You ready for this? So, according to history.co.uk, right? It says, back in 1961, astronomer Frank Drake devised an equation by which he could estimate the likelihood of the existence of alien life. Taking into account a number of factors including the average number of planets able to support life and the fraction that could go on to support intelligent life, this was then implemented in 2001. The result? Statistically, hundreds of thousands of planets should technically exist.
BB-8 says he's on a secret mission. He has to get back to
I
the
mean,
Apparently
I
has
guess,
leads to Luke Skywalker,
because like,
and everyone's after it.
there's no way that we're the only people that like have existed.
It existed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, and it doesn't even have to be the humanoid figures that we see in movies. Any any alien life is something that comes outside of our solar system. If you really want to get technical, aliens could be like
Microbial
Indian-
too.
no, like they
Like, well, from
the
other
U.S. government
planets.
the U.S. government considers like Chinese people that become American citizens aliens. So if you really think about it,
That's just more racist, though. I feel like it's pretty derogatory.
that's not. That's,
Wait, hold on. Do you guys
that's what I
think
said.
that the people, like with the pyramid stuff, do you guys think the people and the aliens did it, or just the aliens?
Both.
I
think
think
You think the
both.
people and the aliens did it?
Well, because
Okay.
if you look at
Well-
the hieroglyphics, like inside of the pyramids and around Egypt in general, you're gonna find a lot of hieroglyphics that include giant people or even their gods or something that's huge and massive, helping them move these huge.
Okay, well, don't you
bricks.
think that the people that were working on it, because obviously they would have to have seen the aliens do it, you know? Wouldn't you think they would have said something to their like kids or something, and then their kids would have carried on the story?
I don't think you realize how long
Yeah.
stuff was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but like, there's still stories of like stuff that long ago that people know of because they're.
I mean, the
Well,
stories are written in the hieroglyphics.
We just take a guess off what they think they're saying.
Okay, here's this, right? So Riley was saying like the gods and stuff, right? What if? No, this is getting kind of more theoretical, not really fact-based, right? So like the Egyptian gods, like I only know Ra, like the sun god. What if they were just the aliens and they built the pyramids to honor the aliens?
And I don't know if you guys have also seen this, but there's like pyramids all around the world, right? Built like by the Aztecs and obviously the Egyptians, but they line up like perfectly in some sort of I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but they line up perfectly in some sort of formation, and it's like a really interesting, like I don't know how they did it, but that could also be used as more evidence of like there could be extraterrestrial life or anything like that.
Okay, here's this, right? This is saying, this is also according to history, or skyhistory.com, right? It says, you guys know like the famous, like there's this picture of the Virgin Mary, right? So, listen to this. Created in the 15th century, it depicts the Virgin Mary, and in the backdrop of the painting, right, a man and his dog, like they're sitting by a river, and they're looking up at the sky, and in the sky is a UFO. You guys, like, literally look up the picture of the Virgin Mary, and this is created in the 1400s, in the 15th century, right? Picture of the Virgin Mary.
UFO doesn't mean anything to them.
Well, when you think of UFOs, what do you think of?
A ship.
Aliens.
No, I think of a ship.
No.
Just because it's unidentified by the government, it could be something from like a random country, you know.
But like, you think the scientists would be able, or like people would be able to tell what it is, because they know every
Not
flight
if
that's
it's
taking place
unidentified.
right now, right? Every flight that's going on right now is being monitored and is known of by the U.S. government. Every helicopter, plane, jet, Air Force One, right? All that is being
Names.
monitored. So, the slim chance that they don't know what it is kind of says something.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
something.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think aliens are real. There's no way.
Yeah. And I was watching this show called Ancient Aliens. They have some kind of far stretches, you know, on some things, I would say, right? But there's this guy the guy who runs it. He, you know, it's for history.com, so I'd say that gives it some credibility. His name is Georgios Tsoukalos, and he went to Germany and went to like this old Nazi like base where they were testing to do time travel, right? And this is like obviously time travel, that's way out there. Like there's no way that there's definitely no way they could have actually had that back then. But the shape of this device was like a bell, and in German it's called De Glocke, which is, you know, that's the German name. And this bell shape was actually like more aerodynamic than a sphere. And for like if you were an extraterrestrial and going around, you'd obviously need to be very aerodynamic. And like this connects with, there's these bells in India on a temple, and they're called stupas in India, which is just a different name. And these bells have all a statue of Buddha in them, and in the Indian like religion, Buddha was like the creator of life, and obviously he's that's their god. So that also, and like there's a whole bunch of religions that are actually based around someone coming out of like a shiny like egg shaped something, and that's like their god. Like there's a religion in Africa, the Dongong, which they have like a creator, his name is Namo, that came out of like a egg like sphere type, something like that, which that even is more like, that's some more evidence towards there definitely being extraterrestrial life out there.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to turn to aliens do exist, actually. Or like something other than just humans, so I guess you would say aliens. Because well, according to NASA, there's no evidence of aliens, but there's also no evidence
Against
of, like,
aliens.
Against aliens.
So I mean, I guess I could agree, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's your own personal belief. But what do you guys like? Do you guys have any idea what you think they would look like? Like, what do you guys imagine aliens looking like?
Green with massive eyes.
So like the classic.
Yeah.
I feel like aliens, they're probably something similar to that. I feel like they're gonna be taller than like humans would be.
Taller than an average human.
What'd you say?
Taller than an average human.
Yeah. I feel like they'd be like 7 feet or something like 8 feet tall. And like maybe depending on what planet they come from, like, you know how we have the 5 senses, like maybe they have like 6 senses, and they like on their planet they have to like something else is there and they can sense it. I don't know, I feel that'd be pretty whack. Like maybe they have an extra like part of their brain.
You're okay. He's with the resistance. Help me with this, quick!
Lana, what do you think?
I'm not with the resistance, okay? I'm just trying to get away
So
from the
I
First Order.
think
You
that
tell us where the base is. I'll get you there first. Deal?
So where's your base?
Go on, BB-8. Tell her.
I think that aliens would be more humanoid than anything.
That's the one.
But that being said, look at like they could also look very different because of the conditions of their planet, like you said. Like the 5 senses could like affect them differently, right? But I just want to throw something out there to like kind of find a median with this. I think the reason most people don't believe in aliens is because, like you guys said, there's no evidence proving that they're real. Like it's just theories and stuff, but there's also no evidence proving that they're not real.
Yeah.
So it's literally just how you feel. But like I said, I believe in aliens. That's what I do.
Mhm.
That's like what I feel. But I just wanted to throw that out there, like to
Yeah.
clear some stuff up. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, just looking at it too, like at the huge spectrum, there's, you know, the universe is ever expanding, right? And there's no way something that's infinite like that, then what, like, we would be a barrier, you know? Like, I just believe that's something that would be, like, almost impossible.
Honestly, and what you guys said about like the stars and stuff, like there's no way we're the only people
Yeah.
in like the universe. Like that's actually crazy to think about that we're like the only like living like
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, but
Pretty based.
Like, there's gotta be a bigger, like, there's gotta be a greater chance that there's life out there than us being the only life here, you know?
Yeah. Max, you got anything to say? All right. Well.
Oh. Maybe he has his mic muted or something.
Maybe.
maybe he's sleeping.
Alright, well, at the end of the day, I believe in aliens, and honestly, I'm gonna always believe in aliens. There's no way that we're the only people out there. Like, I just don't believe that. So,
I'm with Riley. Like, there's no way they just don't.
I didn't agree at first, but now I do because I like the planets and stuff that could be out there that support life and stuff.
And just with there's 2 being in our solar system alone.
Yeah,
Probably more than that, I don't know. But yeah, yeah, aliens are real.
2 that we know of.
Yeah.
like, dude, imagine there's, like, some aliens on, like, maybe, like, Saturn or something. Like, I know, no, they can't technically support life because it's a gas giant, but, like, what if they, like, float around in there or something, you know?
Hear me out. What if aliens took over the moon, hollowed it out, and live inside the moon?
Alright, Lana, that's a bit of a stretch.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, hear
I would
me
say you're
out.
going too far, Leonard.
Hear me out.
Nope, we're not
What
hearing
if?
you out.
What if